this works. Testing. 1, 2, 3. That works. Testing 1. That works too. Look at that.
You're on a roll, I'm telling you.
I didn't do a dang thing.
You had nothing to do with the sound.
Not today. Not today.
Looking good, by the way. Like mine. I spent some time with Tom's. Well, you know, medication. I had to tell one. Only I didn't.
Yeah. Did you see?
I emailed him.
But he specifically said, here. Okay, I will let Harry know. So they're moving. They're staying in the complex. They're moving on.
Okay, because
I think they just want more space and privacy. No, living in a condo. Totally.
oh, well, of course it is.
You're used to living in a house. I do not want to ever leave a condo. Some people think too long. It's like, what do you, oh, you need me to write a check here? Leave me out of it. Here's the check.
When my mother moved into condo, what? Because my mother was when she got. And what we got, if you're gonna do this condo thing, I just said I'm happy for you, but you gotta understand, you will nothing. They want pink, whatever ruffles and black and white polka dot. You have a vote against them.
How long was she in a condo?
10 years?
Oh, so she survived it a long time.
What's for others, that's for mine.
Yeah,
Oh,
that's actually good, right? But you had to have a little talk with her first.
because I knew this was not her
Right.
frame of reference. Oh my.
Aren't they cute? All right, let me go throw this away. And I think I'm.
Ronnie, if they're missing, don't come look at my house.
I'm sorry?
If they're missing, don't come looking at my house because I'm not giving them up.
She's amazing. Really?
And the two of them are delicious. I mean,
And Tuesday's going to come.
oh,
not just because we're away. No, it's.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, oh,
I hope no.
yeah. Tell her, just tell her it's in order. It's not an option here.
Oh, it's up 28. So I literally was putting my prescriptions in. Make sure I mean, we both did it. Plus, it's like other.
So, you know, I had a chat with her. She'll pretty well know in a second. Just so, I couldn't leave it, with an hour's notice. But I mean, if they have, yeah. So, you know, I told her there's nothing more I could do about it. I should know better in a second, and I will email you. Ine,
Hine,
Mato,
Mato,
Uma,
Uma,
Naim,
Naim, Sheverachim, Sheverachim, Gam, Yachad.
Ine,
Hine,
Mato,
Mato,
Uma,
Uma,
Naim,
Naim,
Sheverachim, Sheverachim, Gam, Yachad. Ine, Mato,
Hine, Mato,
Uma, Naim,
Uma, Naim,
Sheverachim,
Sheverachim,
Gam, Yachad.
Gam, Yachad.
Hine, Mato,
Hine, Mato,
Uma, Naim,
Uma, Naim,
Sheverachim,
Sheverachim,
Gam, Yachad.
Gam, Yachad.
No, I never interrupt, but I got to interrupt right now. So, sometimes people conduct me from out there, but I've got one back here that is so musical that when he's doing it, he's doing no. Debbie Friedman's the only other person I've seen that could actually know when the pitches were going in the right direction. You're that naturally musical. Awesome. I had to. No, I mean, it's really a gift. Hine matov u'manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov, shevet achim gam yachad. Hine matov u'manaim, shevet achim gam yachad. And for anyone who didn't know that's out in cyberspace, I was talking about Charlie Plum.
The one and only. Let's turn to the middle of page 124 of our prayer books and page 1 of the Satellite Siddur for those joining us by live stream, and we'll read together. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, hopes to nurture. May the door of this synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to stray, young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacency, selfishness, and harshness. May this synagogue be, for all who enter, the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. Well, good evening and almost Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Tonight is definitely the halfway point in the summer Shabbat services, and sadly, the last service before Bob and I leave for Chicago. And you shouldn't worry, because like Noah's Ark, Bob has stored enough homemade challah in Bubby's bakery freezer to last the 40 days until we return. On a side note, I just want to let everyone know that I spoke with Michael Diaz and Steve Goldenberg, and they both send their love to everyone. So I welcome all of you joining our Shabbat services tonight. I hope you had a great week as we come together to celebrate Shabbat as a family. For those joining us via live stream, I hope you found the satellite Siddur so that you can participate in tonight's service. So let's make our Shabbat official by inviting Eileen Joel Fernandez de Soto to light our Shabbat candles as we rise and turn to page 120 of our prayer books or page 1 of the satellite Siddur.
O source of light and truth, creator of the eternal law of goodness, help us find knowledge by which to live. Lead us to take the words we shall speak into our hearts and our lives. Let's continue reading together. Bless all who enter this sanctuary in need, all who bring the offerings of their hearts. May our worship lead us to acts of kindness, peace, and love. Where's the thing? This one? Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kedushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chag l'kner shel Shabbat. And then in English, Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, who hallows us with mitzvot, commanding us to kindle a light of Shabbat.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu lehadlik ner Shel Shabbat.
Amen. Please be seated and let's turn to page 125 of our prayer books. Where has the week vanished? Is it lost forever? Will I ever recover anything from it? The joy of life, the unexpected victory, the realized hope, the task accomplished? Will I ever be able to banish the memory of pain, the sting of defeat, the heaviness of boredom? On this day, let me keep for a while what must drift away. On this day, let me be free of the burdens that must return. On this day, Shabbat abide. And together, let's read, help me to withdraw for a while from the flight of time, contain the retreat of the hours and days from the grasp of frantic life. Let me learn to pause, if only for this day. Let me find peace on this day. Let me enter into a quiet world this day. On this day, Shabbat abide. May these Shabbat hours of rest and renewal, now begun, open our hearts to joy and our minds to truth. May all who struggle find rest on this day. May all who suffer find solace. May all who hurt find healing on this day. May all who despair find purpose. May all who hunger find fulfillment on this day, and may this day fulfill its promise for us all.
We continue together on page 142 and page 2 with Shalom Aleichem. Shalom Aleichem, Malachei HaSharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. בואכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום, מלאכי השלום, מלאכי עליון. ממלך מלכי המלכים, הקדוש ברוך הוא. And we continue on page 144 and page 2, responsively with the Chatzi Kaddish. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah, be'alma divrach yirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon u'v'yomechon, ובחיי כל בית ישראל. בגלה, בגלה, ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמי רבא מברך, לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה. יתברך, יתברך, וישתבח, ויתפאר ויתרומם, ויתנשא, ויתהדר, ויתעלה, ויתהלל, שמי לקודשה בריחו. לעילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה תושבחתה ונחמתה תמירן בעלמה ואמרו Amen. We rise and turn to pages 146 and 3. Mitch and I lead the first line of the Baruch Hu, and you all respond with the second line. Baruch Hu et Adonai hamavorach. Baruch Adonai hamavorach le'olam va'ed.
You may be seated. Let's turn to the top of page 149, or page 3 of the Satellite Siddur. Praise to you, Adonai our God, for whom the evening flows. Your wisdom sets the way on which time and season glide. Your breath guides the sail of the stars. Together, creator of the tide of time and light, you guide the current of day into night. As heaven spans to infinity, you set its course for eternity. Praise to you, Adonai our God, from whom the evening flows.
Baruch atah Adonai ha'ma'ariv ha'ravim.
Amen. Now let's turn to the middle of page 150 of our prayer book, and we'll read together. Everlasting love, you offered your people Israel by teaching us Torah and mitzvah, laws and precepts. Therefore, Adonai our God, when we lie down and when we rise up, we will meditate on your laws and on your commandments. We will rejoice in your Torah forever. Day and night we will reflect on them, for they are our life, and doing them lengthens our days. Never remove your love from us. Praise to you, Adonai, who loves your people Israel.
Baruch atah Adonai, ohev amo Yisrael. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kivon Malchuto Leolam Vaed. ואהבת את אדוני אלוהיך בכל לבבך ובכל נפשך ובכל מאודך. והיו הדברים האלה אשר אנוכי מצווך היום על לבבך, ושיננתם לבניך, ודיברת בם, בשבתך בביתך, ובלכתך בדרך, ובשוכבך ובקומך, וקשרתם לאות על ידיך, והיו לטוטפות בין עיניך, וכתבתם על מזוזות ביתך ובשעריך, למען תזכרו ועשיתם את כל מצוותיי, והייתם קדושים לאלוהיכם. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אשר הוצאתי אתכם מארץ מצרים, להיות לכם לאלוהים. אני אדוני אלוהיכם, אדוני אלוהיכם אמת.
Let's turn to the top of page 157 in our prayer books, or page 5 in the Satellite Siddur. Standing on the parted shores of history, we still believe that what we were taught before we ever stood at Sinai's foot, that wherever we go, it is eternally Egypt, that there is a better place, a promised land, that the winding way to that promise passes through the wilderness. Let's read together that there is no way to get from here to there except by joining hands, marching together.
Lily, join in, please. Yai lai lai la lai la lai la lai la lai. Yai lai lai la lai la lai la lai. Yai lai la lai 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 la lai. Yai la lai lai yai la lai la lai. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha neder b'kodesh, Norah tehilot osef eleh. Norah tehilot osef eleh. Malchutecha ra'u vanecha, vokei hayam lefnei Moshe. Ze'ili anu ve'amru, Ze'ili anu ve'amru. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. Adonai yimloch le'olam va'ed. V'ne'emar כי פד אדוני את יעקב, וגלו מיד חזק ממנו. ברוך אתה אדוני גאל ישראל. יאי לי 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 לי. יאי לי לי לי. יאי לי 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 לי.
Let's Let's turn to the middle of page 161, bottom of page 5 in the Satellite Siddur. Give us a place to rest, Adonai, our God. Bring us into shelter in the soft, long evening shadows of your truth. For with you are true protection and safety, and in your presence are acceptance and gentle love. Together, watch over us as we go forth, prepare for us as we return. Spread over us your shelter of peace, over all we love, over our Jerusalem and yours.
Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael ve'al Yerushalayim ve'al kol amo ve'al Yerushalayim shalom. Baruch atah Adonai haporei sukkot shalom. Shalom aleinu ve'al kol amo Yisrael. And we continue on pages 162 and 6. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dadotam b'rid olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dadotam b'rid olam. Beini ubein b'nei Yisrael oti le'olam. Oti le'olam. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dadotam b'rid olam. Last verse. Vayom hashvi Shabbat vayinafash. Shabbat vayinafash. Shabbat vayinafash. V'shamru v'nei Yisrael et ha-Shabbat la'asot et ha-Shabbat l'dadotam b'rid olam.
We've become the gymnasium here. As we turn to the tefillah, the core of our Shabbat service, I ask that you please rise, and we turn to page 164 in our prayer books, page 7 in the Satellite Siddur. Either read silently through page 179 or say internally whatever you're feeling at this time. We'll come back together once everyone is seated.
עושה שלום במרומיו, הוא יעשה שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל, ואמרו אמרו אמן. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל. יעשה שלום, יעשה שלום, שלום עלינו ועל כל ישראל.
There are days when we seek things for ourselves and measure failure by what we do not gain. On the Sabbath, we seek not to acquire, but to share. There are days when we exploit nature as if it were a horn of plenty that can never be exhausted. On the Sabbath, we stand in wonder before the mystery of creation. There are days when we act as if we cared nothing for the rights of others. On the Sabbath, we are reminded that justice is our duty and a better world our goal. Therefore, we welcome Shabbat, day of rest, day of wonder, day of peace. Please turn to the page, in the middle of page 371 of your prayer books, page 9 in the satellite Siddur. The Misha Berek prayer is for those who are in need of healing, healing of mind, healing of body, healing of spirit, healing for national or international upheaval, or for any need whatsoever. We have been asked to offer prayers for our JCI members and family. Leah Jacobson, Joan Thompson, Bert Thompson, Bert Posner, Roberta Schwartz, Jane Barron, Joanne Blau, Shirley Posner, Larry Satcher, Tony Pinto, Beth Pavlo, Stephen Roberts, Aaron Alter, Herb Wallach, Carol Gross, and our JCMI friends and extended family. Talora Bat Shara, Ron Derone, Robert D'Onofrio, John Vernon, Kayla Monasterio, Julie Fitzgerald, Susan Donahue, Margaret Gallivan, Pamela Michael, Gary Singer, Marianne Mulligan, Peter Giori, Linda Ganon, Christy Raymond, Tom Malata, Brandon Ben Sharon, Roger Andruski, Edward Margulis, Teddy Emerson, Nicole Jacobs, Steve Dukeman, Rosa Footlick, Barbara Kretschmar, Jay Ormland, Mary Finisan, Pete Carochi, Henry Berner, Bill Kusin, Denise Sparks, Lenora Savannah, Lisa Singer, Debbie Jarris. Please raise your hand if there's anyone else you'd like to add. Lynn? Oh, sorry, Beth. Joyce Sutton? Lynn? Okay. Anyone else? Please join Cantor Huri in singing the Misha Berach prayer.
Misha Berach Avotenu Mikor HaBracha Leimotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say, Amen. Misheberach imotenu mikor habracha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say, Amen.
Tonight, I invite Stan Alliker for tonight's Kiddush and Hamotzi as we rise and turn to page 123 of our prayer book, or page 10 in the satellite CDOR.
When Shabbat, eternal sign of creation, we remember that we are created in the divine image. We therefore raise the cup of thanksgiving. Let us read together at the top of the page. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei pri hagafen. Blessed are you, Adonai our God, sovereign of the universe, creator of the fruit of the vine.
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Borei pri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, Asher kiddushanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava u'ratzon hinchilanu zikaron l'maaseh v'reishit ki hu yom techila למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי באנו בחרת ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים. ושבת קודשך באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת.
L'chaim. And Stan, if you wouldn't mind moving forward and cutting up that challah for us, we'd appreciate it.
As we join in the motzi, Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz b'tei avon. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romamu Ki kadosh Adonai Eloheinu. Romamu Adonai Eloheinu ve'ishtachavu lehar kodsho. Al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim, al shlosha devarim ha'olam omed. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. Al haTorah ve'al ha'avodah ve'al gemilut chasadim. I got a comment. Those two is what Shabbat's all about. And thank you for bringing them. What a gift. What a gift. Thank you for coming. Yeah, you made our hearts happy tonight. Yes, you did. Thank you. This week's Parashah, Korach, is going to be presented by none other than the grandfather of these delicious two, Ronnie.
Before I get started, a little backstory. 13 years ago, Harry conducted the wedding ceremony for my daughter, Eileen, and my son-in-law, Guillermo. And they live in Madrid, Spain. And now we're blessed with Max, who this Sunday will have his 7th birthday. And Lily, who just turned 2 years old. Okay? And soon to be Marco is my daughter from London, who is arriving this weekend. And we're all getting together to celebrate Nora's mother's 99th birthday on Sunday. So, to the business at hand, this week's Parsha, number 16:1 to 18:32, is called Korash. Korash is both the name of the Parsha and the name of the Levite priest who rebelled against Moses. What motivated Korash to start a quarrel is a question that's asked. Korash, one of the rich leaders of the Levites and a cousin of Moses and Aaron, felt that he had been slighted and overlooked in the distribution of the highest priestly honors and leadership. He was jealous of Moses, Aaron, and his cousin Ephraim, who had been put in charge of the Levites after Aaron's family had become elevated to the rank of the Kohanim. Koresh realized that despite his riches and influence, he alone could do very little to shake the people's faith and confidence in Moses and Aaron. He looked for associates in his campaign against Moses. Koresh went to the people of the tribe Reuben, his neighbors. Being daily in contact with them, Koresh easily swayed the opinion of the leaders and drew them into his conspiracy. Amongst the tribe of Reuben were two men, Dathan and Abraham, who have a history of being troublemakers and ringleaders of discontent and rebellion. They were the ones who forced Moses to flee from Egypt by informing the Pharaoh that Moses killed Egyptians. Ephraim and Abraham were the first to support Koresh and became his most eager agents. Their experience in clever campaigning, added to Koresh's riches, influence, and knowledge, induced as many as 250 respected leaders of the Jewish camp to join the rebellion. They now felt bold enough to speak up against Moses' leadership. Adopting the mantle of piety and justice and pretending to be champions of his people, Koresh accused Moses and Aaron of imposing their leadership upon the community. Moses was deeply hurt by this venomous attack upon his leadership, and he prayed to God to expose the weaknesses of these people before the entire congregation of Israel. The next day Moses spoke to Koresh and told him to prepare themselves for the next day by offering incense before God, and then God would show whether he approved of their actions. The next morning, Koresh and his associate appeared before the tabernacle with incense. With them came the entire community whom Koresh had called to witness the proceedings. Then God told Moses to order the children of Israel to separate themselves from Koresh and his associates and everything that belonged to them. The people obeyed. Just as Moses had finished talking to his people, the earth opened and swallowed Koresh and his followers and their belongings. They were buried alive and perished by a terrible death. The next instant, the fire from heaven devoured the 250 men who had dared to contest Aaron's priestly authority. The following day, some of the people of Israel complained to Moses and Aaron had caused the deaths of so many people, whereupon God sent a plague which killed many thousands more rebels. Each tribe was commanded to bring one rod inscribed with its name, and the rod of the Levite tribe was to bear the name of Aaron. Moses took all the rods into the tabernacle. The tribe whose rod would blossom and bud was to be considered as especially elected and favored by God. Moses did as God had ordered him. The next morning the priest entered the sanctuary and saw that Aaron's staff had budded and blossomed and yielded ripe almonds. Moses carried the rod out to the children of Israel, and each of the tribes took their rod. Everyone was now convinced that Aaron's right to the priesthood. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Greetings from our Board of Directors and a few announcements. I welcome visitors worshiping with us tonight, and I invite you to stay on hand for the Oneg Shabbat following services. Tonight's Oneg was coordinated by Mary Pinto, Mitch Braun, Bob Jarez, Heather Greenfield, Sandra Heckler, Barbara Holtz, Denise Schwartzman, Beth Weinberg, and Lynn Wilk. Current details of everything going on in congregational life can be found at our website, in our monthly newsletter, The Messenger, and in the semi-weekly email notifications we send out to membership. Tonight, I'll remind everyone, our annual 4th of July picnic will be Friday, July 4th at 4 p.m., with services following right after. For more information, please visit our website. The Chess Club is here at JCMI every Tuesday from 9:30 till 12 p.m. Please contact Irv Pavlov if you're interested. JCMI has Pony Canasta every Thursday at 12 p.m. Contact Beth Weinberg via email. The Women's Book Club flyer is around the building and on our website, and so you can view that for the next season and start your reading over the summer. The office is selling Memorial Yard candles if you have a need. Do not forget to bring in food for those in the community who are less fortunate when you come on Fridays, or leave a donation in the tzedakah box, and I thank you for that. And now, as we move to conclusion of tonight's service, I invite to the beam our final honorees, Esty and George. Let us please reopen our prayer books to page 586 and rise together for Elena.
עלינו לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצא בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד ושמו אחד.
Silence doesn't soothe a grieving heart. Remembrance does. Saying their name doesn't reopen the wound. It tends to it. It says they matter. They still do. Tonight, we offer Kaddish for those observing Shiva, Shloshim, or Avelut. For Marcia Rosenberg, Ted Bunton, Pamela Grayboff. Tonight, we also offer Yahrzeit for our loved ones. J. Nathan Eisen, Leva Heblum, Benjamin Leifer, Harry Meir, Dorothy Paskin, Elsie Posner, Edmund Pudliner, Virginia Remnick, Joseph Simon, Mel Singer, Bertha Gordon Thompson, Charles Yorks. Is there anyone else tonight who's observing Shiva, Shloshim, or Yahrzeit? Please rise as we turn to page 158 in our prayer book, page 11 in the satellite Siddur. V'yit kadal, v'yit kadash, shemei rabbah, v'alma divra kirute, v'almich malchute, v'chayechon uv'meichon uv'chaye dekal beit Yisrael, ba'agala uv'izman kariv v'imru amen. Yehi shmei rabbah mivarach le'olmei amaya, Yit barach v'yit dabach v'yit ba'ar v'yit ramam v'yit naseh. V'yit hadar v'yit halev v'yit halal shemei kudisha barichu. Le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tush b'chata v'nechemata da'amiran bi'alma v'imru amen. Yehi shlama rabba min shemaya. V'chayim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru amen. Oseh shalom b'imrumav, uya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael, v'imru amen. May the source of peace send peace to all who mourn and comfort to all who are bereaved. And let us say, amen.
To conclude this evening's service, we turn to pages 626 and page 12 for Ein Keloheinu. Ein Keloheinu, Ein Kadonenu, Ein Kemalkeinu, Ein Kamoshienu, Micheloheinu, Michadonenu, Michemalkeinu, Michamoshienu, Nodel Eloheinu, Nodel Adonenu, Nodel Malkeinu, Nodel Moshienu, Baruch Eloheinu, Baruch Adonenu, Baruch Malkeinu, Baruch Moshienu. Atahu Eloheinu, Atahu Adonenu, Atahu Malkeinu, Atahu Moshienu. And for somebody's birthday coming up shortly, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Max. Happy birthday to you. Woo!
You should live to 120. Shabbat shalom. Good Shabbos, everybody.
You better have a good time or else.
Or else.
I'm not doing this alone for you to be up there and not enjoy yourself.
Clean out our house. What are you talking about?
Well, I hope it goes as painlessly as possible.
Well, did you guys like the challah? Was that good, Max? There, there's plenty there. Take some home with you.
We have a direct connection. My name is Esty. My most beloved.
So I'm standing up here. It's getting dark. Like, oh, wait a second. Yeah,
That takes all the challenge out of it.
exactly.
Thank you.
Serious, Eileen.
Oh,
I'm serious.
thank you, really?
Absolutely.
Guess I'll have enough pictures.
Snag it out. No, I'm serious. Grab it now. There's a bag in back. Take it. You're very welcome. Absolutely enjoy it. Because if you don't take it now, someone else.